Welcome to this, my session on Latinos and Latinas thriving in the Salesforce ecosystem. Um, well, uh, as I said, hello y'all, mi gente. I'm a little husky because I had a cold. Uh, I'm Rodrigo from Veracruz, Mexico, land of La Bamba, El Tajín, and El Lechero Coffee. I'm working from home as a business analyst for Confi BPO. I'm a member of the Salesforce Community Advisory Board, leader of the community group, community user group on Veracruz here in my city, and also a lecturer for the Universidad Cristóbal Colón and the Universidad Anáhuac Online, teaching Salesforce mainly. And well, that's it. Let's start with something simple. Uh, you don't need. Also, if you hear my cats meowing, it's because living at home. And well, you don't need to be born in tech, into tech. You don't need to know how to code, and you definitely don't need to have everything figured out. Because right now there are thousands of Latinos and Latinas thriving in one of the most powerful ecosystems in the world, which is Salesforce. People who started with zero experience, people who changed careers, they pivoted from other careers, people who took a chance on themselves, and today they're thriving. La están rompiendo. So I gotta ask, how many of you are new to Salesforce or do you even know Salesforce? I read you in the chat. Okay. Uh, I see Angelica is familiar with it. Salesforce user also Janelle, Cynthia, right? Okay, that's it. Um, and if most of you don't know that much about Salesforce, 1 year being a Salesforce user for a nonprofit, awesome. That's awesome job, excellent job. And that's it. This talk is just adopted it. Okay, Brianna, awesome. I started like that. The company where I used to work, they just adopted Salesforce and they say who's on it, and I just raise my hand and say let's go for it, and now I'm here. Um, so this talk is for you. Um, Rather you're new to Salesforce or just beginning or in the early years, or you don't know a lot of what Salesforce is about. So there's space here for I don't know. What if 1 year from now you're the one being introduced into this stage? So first things first, let's start with what Salesforce is really quick. So what are we talking about? Salesforce ecosystem is not just a platform or a tool. Companies, partners, admins, developers, marketers, analysts, and so this is a global opportunity engine. And on all the different profiles we have here, just as being said, I mean, I can't use just all the Salesforce logos and such, but here's the my loteria cards from what the Salesforce roles are. And here's the key to this. It doesn't matter what's your background, if you have different skills, your story. This ecosystem doesn't ask, where did you come from? It really asks, what can you build next? So here's precisely what we are talking about in this session. Welcome to this Salesforce ecosystem, and you'll be ready in no time. So what's the real secret about Salesforce? What makes Salesforce different? It's the community. This is not just networking. This is people helping people at scale, strangers becoming mentors, uh, peers becoming collaborators, communities becoming launchpads. And what's all this about? In this image, I mean, it was on the Agent Force World Tour in Mexico City, and there I was. There was me. So uh, we talk about the power of the communities and how what's the impact they had in Mexico right at that moment. So what about us Latins, Latinos and Latinas? We don't just participate in community. We build it, we nurture it, we expand it. In fact, this other picture is from the Latinos Trailblazer meeting at the Dreamforce 2025 that it took place in San Francisco. Over here in the far left is Rafa Hernandez, which organized everything, and that's just a glimpse of the community of Latin people over Salesforce. And thing is, let me show you what this looks in real life. I mean, no theory, no marketing, just people. Here comes first. Also, a disclaimer. Uh, I'm not naming every Latin has been successful in the Salesforce ecosystem because there are thousands of it, and just pointing someone, and you know, we get to know them. So first one is David Nava, David Scott Nava. He, well, it's a community multiplier. He's one of the most recognized voices in Spanish-speaking Salesforce on HANA. He's a Salesforce MVP. He's a community leader. He has speaked over Latin America conferences, and he represented a session right now at the TDX 2026. Did that one that goes for the name of Develop the Architect Mindset. And most importantly, he's helped thousands of Spanish speaking people find their path in Salesforce. He represents what happens when success becomes service. You can find him on LinkedIn in the Trailblazer community or at YouTube in the channel Military Trailblazer Office Hours because he's a veteran. Uh, so you know where to find him. Next one is Alba Rivas, the technical leader. Alba is a proof that deep technical expertise and community impact can go hand in hand. Why? She's a Salesforce MVP Hall of Fame. She's a developer advocate. She's been a global speaker, and proves that Latin people uh, or Latin talent belongs in the global stage. Massive community impact and voice that represents us worldwide. She's active on LinkedIn, community events, and conferences like Dream Ole, which is a community conference for Spain, and she's also on YouTube, and her channel has a lot of videos to learn how to code and best practices on that. So it's a real fine recommendation for those who are eager to know how to code or know how to code but not on Salesforce. You can go to her channel. She's amazing. Next is Sarah Hernandez. Sarah Hernandez, which is my let's say my just here. Okay, yeah. Sarah Hernandez. She's like the proof of consistency, and community. She represents something really powerful, showing up, showing up again and again through content, community, mentorship. She reminds us that impact is built over time. She co-founded this amazing foundation called Women Force IT, that is a nonprofit committed to empower women in the Salesforce ecosystem, training them in hard and soft skills, helping them to gain their first Salesforce certificate, and well, to help them write their own stories as well. Also, I gotta say, if it weren't because of her podcast, Crónica of the Salesforce in Espanol, I wouldn't even be here talking to you. That podcast let me know more people who speaks in Spanish, and it helped me didn't feel alone. When I began, I was just I thought I was the only guy in Veracruz or in Mexico that was working with Salesforce because I didn't know the communities and such. But by listening to that podcast, I began to network with people in my own language because they have their LinkedIn profiles over there, and you know their stories and such, and it's amazing. You can find her on YouTube also. The podcast is also now on YouTube. It's a video podcast now on LinkedIn, and she also writes for the salesforcebam.com page, which is it's an amazing blog and a big time resource. Moving on, here's Rafa Hernandez, which is almost like my padrino. Why is that? Because I knew him because of the podcast of Sir Hernandez. He's from Veracruz. He's my paisano. He shows what is growth through discipline. Rafa's journey, Rafa's journey reflects what many of us experience: how to learn step by step, growing through effort, turning persistence into opportunity. Now he's Salesforce MVP Hall of Fame. He has been Salesforce MVP for more than 5 times in a row. So now he's Salesforce MVP Hall of Fame. He's the founder and first organizer of the Mexico Dreaming Conference. He also used to teach at the UADI, Universidad Autónoma de Yucatán, with a Salesforce program they have over there. He's been a global speaker. It's also a Latino representative for the Latinx in tech community in the United States. He co-founded a nonprofit called Hernandez, which logo is this little tree, whose mission is to help Mexican students thrive. There's communities where the lack of food, mentorship, or counseling end up with the future of young college students. So this foundation helps Mexican students graduate from college while starting and succeed in their careers by mentoring them, by giving them some alimony and well, a computer, even a mattress, because most of them sleep on the floor in the Sierra de Guerrero, on the Sierra de Hidalgo also, and just like that. Moving on, here's Angelica Bufa. She's the technical leadership. She's been 5 times an MVP also. She has taught in TDX and Dreamforce several times. She's the co-leader of the Data Blazers community, and she's the CTO at Modelit, which is an important consultancy partner over Latin America. Moving on, here's Pato Sapir. He's the marketing champion. He's founder of Nucleus and Devs United, and has helped a lot of trailblazers in the Salesforce Marketing Cloud learning journeys, driving motivated teams to success. You can find him on YouTube, LinkedIn, and he also writes for salesforcebam.com. So, you know. And next, moving on, is Jean-Pierre Vallejos. He's from Argentina. He has this amazing channel, Hablemos de Salesforce. He uses TikTok and YouTube to create visibility and help other developers to gain knowledge and to thrive, to how to manage interviews, how to go for apply for a job, and things like that. He's also an amazing guy, and this list just keeps growing. Are you ready? I'm going to be just like ultra fast over here. So, Mariana Maceo, empowering others through knowledge and visibility. Guilherme Dornelas, also a community advisory board member like me, organizer of the Semana nas Nuvens, or Week on the Clouds, which is the Brazil Dreaming Conference, bringing talent into global conversations. Ines Garcia, she's creating a space for us to grow. She is the author on books on agile, biomimicry, sustainability. She has academic courses for certification studies. She has the Serious Legs, which is Lightning Experiences, with a lot of experts providing various Salesforce topics over there. Also, Gaspar Rodriguez, he is he's the founder of the Blue Robot Academy, formerly known as Refugee Force over the Netherlands, um, helping a lot of people to learn Salesforce and tech and to thrive by doing that, building expertise with consistency. Moving on, we have Megan Tuano. She's a business analyst, providing career advice, technical tips, knowledge from her YouTube channel and LinkedIn. Uh, she also has this amazing new business analysis course. Clara Perez, showing up and sharing knowledge, founder of Radical One, where she helps, they and the Radical One company help customers to unlock their full potential of their Salesforce investment, providing volunteer work and giving back to the community. Also, my tocayo Rodrigo Santander recently became a Salesforce MVP last year. He's a Salesforce Marketing Cloud wizard and helps a lot of people with his community Salesforce Marketing Cloud in Espanol. And he evolved it to Agentic Clan, growing through the ecosystem step by step with all the fellows over there. You can find that community. I will show you where to tune that. Next, Jose Mora. He's turning learning into impact. He's a community manager at Salesforce. He's been helping with most of the dreaming events in Latin America. He's been also a speaker at these conferences, and it's an amazing guy. So hope you know him soon. He lives in California. Well, and here's the important part. None of these people uh, follow the exact same path. Different countries, different backgrounds, different starting points, same decision. We'll start. This is what thriving actually looks like. Not perfection, not instant success, but movement. And well, as you can read on the slide, uh, I didn't. Someone like me also can be here. I didn't start like a Salesforce expert. I started what we called an accidental admin, which is now what I'm going to think Brianna may have become now. Curiosity turned into learning, learning turned into opportunity turned it into impact. And today, I'm part of this ecosystem, just as many of you can be. Uh, and the question now is not, can I do this? The real question will be, when will I start? So when we look at this, and don't just see the names, see the possibility, because this is not a closed circle. This is an open door. Everything on this is here. Here's how you can make this. If you enter this website, trailblazercommunitygroups.com, you'll find first that what meetings are nearby, and just by typing the city where you live, and sessions will appear below that, showing the results on the sessions nearby you. Even if they're virtual, they will appear there, so you can also join them. Also, if you scroll, you will find this community group locator, and you can look over there for if there's any community group nearby in your region. You can find it by North America, South America, EMEA, Asia, and also virtual communities. And what you have to do to start? Well, first, join a Salesforce community, attend a session. Well, start learning. For all means, start asking, start showing up. But let's say you're a bit shy and you don't want to just show up in a group of strangers, and so let's begin with something a bit asynchronous. So what we do is let's go with Crónicas de Salesforce en Español, which I was pointing to you a few moments ago. Crónicas de Salesforce en Español has more than 100 episodes. First, only it was on Google Podcast and Apple Podcast. Now it's on Spotify and YouTube. Now, from a time on, there have been video podcasts, so you can also see, which leads to bigger impact. Now you can see these other persons, some other amazing Latinos and Latinas, talking to you about Salesforce and how they get into the ecosystem, and know their stories. That's pretty much what will really help you. Also, let's say, you learned a bit about Salesforce with the Crónicas de Salesforce en Español. Let's join a community which has, let's say, you don't have to be like knowing people face to face. Let's go to Trailblazers en Español, which is a community on WhatsApp, which, in Latin America we use a lot of WhatsApp, and there's 700 plus members on these 13 groups, which comes from Ecuador, also a lot from Mexico, because we created the community over here. So there's people from Colombia, there's people from these marketer groups. You can go into any of these channels, these group channels, and ask if you have any questions, and most of them will be really glad to help and to provide assistance of any kind. This is like the general. We have this another instance, which is from my tocayo, Rodrigo Santander, which is Agente Clan now, also previously known as Salesforce Marketing Cloud in Español. Now, as you can see, it has over 800 members in 5 groups. You have job offers over there, Sales Marketing Cloud in Español, Data 360, also Agentforce in Español. You can learn, you can ask, you can network over there, and you can begin to make friends. Why not? And then moving on to when you come to a conference over, I don't know, in the United States, in Mexico, in whatever other part of the world, you can gather with some people you already know or have chatted with. So let's say now you're ready for something more tangible and you want to really meet people in person. The community conference, also known as the Dreaming Event. What is this? Well, a community conference, it is said that it's a grassroots learning event organized by the Salesforce community. It can be single day or multi-day event, in person, hybrid, or virtual, focusing on knowledge sharing and networking. Here are some images of these events. Witness Success, which is Women in Tech. True North Dreaming, which happens in Toronto. Higher Ed Dreaming, which has been virtual this past 2 years, I think. Nonprofit Dreaming, which is new, and it's just happening right now here in April, I think. These events, there are plenty of more examples here. Typically include sessions, workshops, demos, and networking opportunities. I mean, like that. Let's just make a quick review over these ones. Semana nas Nuvens, which is Week on the Clouds on Brazil. It's made by the community. Dream Ole, which is in Spain. It just passed a month ago. Mexico Dreaming, which is where I am part of the organizing committee. Texas Dreaming, Midwest Dreaming, Northwest Dreaming, Buckeye Dreaming, SoCal Dreaming, Cactus Force, Wi-Fi Dreaming, Dreaming in Data, Mid-Atlantic Dreaming, and Forcelandia. All of those are in United States, in different states and in different regions. So not every session is like scattered for all the world. There are plenty of dreaming events for all the world, but In Latin America, we used to have Punta Dreaming, which was in Punta del Este. It has not been on like for like 2 or 3 years now, but we have Mexico Dreaming, we have Semana en las Nubes, and that's it. All of those other events are in United States. If you're there, well, amazing, you can go. Oh, this, as I said, our community conference made by the community, and supported by Salesforce in some kind of measure, but mostly by the community. And that means not just no flop, no marketing. This just is learning sessions, and you'll be amazed with all the warmth of the community over those events. Well, this is where it happens. Um, all the connections goes over here, and when these connections become opportunities, you can see being with all these people. Let me leave you with this. The people you saw today are not special because of where they started. They're special because they didn't stop. And also, a few months from now, a year from now, we might be adding new names to this list. Maybe one of this, one of those names could be yours. I don't know. Muchas gracias.